Well, hello everyone, welcome to the stream. Took us a while to get this one set up with some software updates with various peripheral programs needed to track this flight. Welcome aboard Delta Flight 2398 in the beautiful Toliss A330neo, the -9. We're going to be taking this up from Atlanta. As you can see, we're in a wet and rainy Atlanta right now. Actually just started raining about 15-20 minutes ago, as there's a weather system moving in from the west. Taking this beauty up to New York Kennedy, so it will be a short flight. We're looking at a flight time of just under 2 hours. We don't have a full complement of passengers today. We're looking at the weather presently in Atlanta. We do have obviously overcast skies with rain and runways wet. And Kennedy would be looking to be landing 22 left. Winds are coming out of the southeast, fairly light, about 8 knots, maybe gusting 13. Cruising today at 410, and 253 packs out of a possible 281. We are in November 424 Delta X-ray on the Delta fleet, and let's see here. Sorry about this, folks. Give me one moment. Yes. So, okay, we are. You know what? Let's jump straight into the cockpit here and stop badgering about the minor details, important but minor details. So, here we are in the office of the beautiful Toliss A330neo, the -900. We'll put the battery 1, battery 2, APU battery on. And we have external power connected. We won't be needing the integrated lights today. Panel floods can come off. Pedestal floods can come off. And here we are, aircraft waking up. Flight control panel. Integrated lights can come out. Just let it go through its little test here. Okay, everything looks alright. You can get these adheres to nav mode. You can go through the overhead now. Ground control recorder on, cruise supply on. We'll just ping the purser. Strobes, we'll put that to auto. Oops, not the nose light. We'll put the nav and logo to position 2. Pax flow will go to auto. Fuel pumps will leave off. We can do our engine 1, engine 2 tests. That's okay. And APU test. That is okay. Fuel pump switches will leave off for now. On the electrical, we're good there. Oops, and ECS or air systems look fine. Passenger seatbelts on. Actually, this is portable devices. It's no longer the no smoking signs. That's pretty cool. By the way, I haven't flown this airplane in maybe close to 2 years. So we'll see how this goes. Okay, so we've done the APU fire test. The overhead panel looks good. The flight control panel, we will leave that alone. There's a couple of things I could probably do here, but I'll catch up with that in a little while later. Pedestal, we can do a little bit of housekeeping here. Predictive wind shear, we can put that to auto. Mode, we'll have that weather and turbulence and turn it on when we're approaching the runway for departure. We can turn off VH2. We can turn that off. While we're here, we are connected to VATSIM, however we do not have ATC coverage in the area. But we did get our squawk code 3321. 3321. Oops, that is incorrect. 3321. That is on standby. So this is interesting. The TCAS and the radios are built into the same module. Where can I view that from here now? Okay. Oh, we got norm and standby, so that's below TARA, norm, above, below, THRT, I don't know what that one is, and norm I think is just norm. Alright, let's jump over here. We got a squawk code inputted. We'll get the weather in Atlanta, the METAR. A variable 3 knots, 10 statute miles, thunderstorms in the area, cumulus clouds, few at 2,100, scattered 4,800, broken 10,000, overcast 20,000. So it'll take a while before we probably poke through the cloud cover. Temperature 27, 2.22. Interesting, I thought the dew point would be closer to the actual ambient air temperature. Altimeter 3014, so we'll set that. And some more information on the thunderstorms and their direction of travel, moving east. Okay. That's all okay. Let's get the CTAF for Atlanta. CTAF frequency is 119.1. Gonna have to get used to this. You just plug it in that way? Oh, look at that. That is fancy. It's like tennis. Radio frequency tennis. Alright, 119.1 and VHF2 there. Oh, that's pretty neat. And we can set 122.8 on standby. Alright, that's a nice little radio panel. And the A330neo. Got our airport charts on our EFB, Atlanta Hartsfield. Airport chart 10-9. We can see we got some action in the area. Just gotta see, make sure I have all the volume looks okay on VHF1, and 119.1 is definitely the CTAF, okay, so there's not a lot of chatter right now. Departure, looking at our operating flight plan, abbreviated version of our flight plan, we are departing 27 right on the Phil 3 to Hartwell and into Kennedy on the Cameron 5 for 22 left. So here's the Phil 3 departure. And we'll be RNAVing ourselves, unless there's a ATC coming on, but we'll be RNAVing ourselves to Football and Wilson Zale at or below 250 knots. G Golf, Nichols to Phil, and then the Hartwell transition. And we will get our Kennedy charts. Arrival is Cameron 5. Coming in from Sea Isle VOR takes us to the final fix of Cameron at 11,000, and then radar vectors. Our approach is going to be ILS 22 left. So it looks like we'll probably vector ourselves to Norton if there's no ATC for the initial approach fix.
Amount of traffic, Delta 1490 will push to good starts, taxi runway 26 right, Lima, Lima Charlie.
Okay, he's a little bit on the loud side, that's fine. Better loud than not being able to hear him. Alright, we will look at that in a moment, and that's the arrival and the airport charts for Kennedy, and parking gates. I don't know what gate,
traffic, JetBlue 120 from gate, from Concourse Tango, gate 16, pushing and starting facing southbound west.
Okay. Alright, we got all the charts we need for now. Our weight and balance, so we have 253 packs. What I thought was interesting here, I just want to show this, is we've got the cargo all the way down. So here's our payload, and this is in pounds, so 220, okay, so they did, that did 253. So that gives us a zero fuel weight of 352,299. $352,182. Okay, so there's probably a slight decimalization rounding because it's 220 pounds per passenger in this Neo. Yeah, so it's probably 219.8 maybe or something like that, but that's okay. Alright, no freight, no cargo freight, and then the fuel for our adventure here is 35,905, so that does not seem like a lot of fuel, does it? Anyway, 35,905. So we'll make that 36. Give ourselves a little bit of extra. Our takeoff weight 388.3. And we can go here, and before I do that, I'll go. GPS is aligned already. That seemed awful quick. May to June 10th, okay. Database is good. I'm going to go to our init page and request. Atlanta Kennedy, Philadelphia is the alternate. Delta 2398 PAX 253 cost index is 109. I've noticed that the Toliss imports of the sim brief plans rarely get the cost index correct. Not a big deal.
Atlanta traffic, JetBlue 120, going to do an immediate left turn onto taxiway Foxtrot and an immediate right turn onto taxiway east, heading for 27 right.
Cruising altitude 410, that's correct. We'll grab the wind request. So as you can see, our climb winds are mostly coming out of the westerly direction. They're pretty light, all the way up to cruising altitude. Next phase. At Darrell, when we are at our cruising altitude, we have winds at 326 at 35. So I'm basically just a crosswind, mostly from the left. Ground temperature outside is 26. Okay, IRS init. IRSs are aligned. 3338.4, 8425.6. Then on our fuel prediction page, we have zero. We'll go back here. Zero fuel weight of 352.3. I'm gonna make that 352.3. And center of gravity 27.5. So I think I should just be able to do that and pop that in. Block fuel 35.9. We're gonna say 36. Okay. Takeoff weight 386.3. Takeoff weight 38. Yeah, it's not gonna. It's gonna burn 2K on the taxi. We'll keep an eye on that after we put the fuel in. Okay, init page 1 and page 2 are done. We'll jump to our flight plan. Atlanta, departure. We're going to be taking 26 right on the Phil 3 to Hartwell. Insert that. I'm going to go to plan mode on the navigation display. Actually, no, we're going. My bad. We're going 27 left. On the Phil 3. There we go. That looks more like it. RNAV football. Kennedy. Arrival. 22 left. Cameron 5. I'm gonna go via Norton. And there's no trans. We'll insert that. And we'll cycle through this. That looks good. Okay. Sea Isle. Cameron. Where's Norton in relation to Cameron? There we go. We'll just clear the discontinuity and make that connection ourselves. If we do have ATC in New York area at this point, we would use the chart as the departing track from Cameron and not go straight to Norton unless we have ATC direction to do so. And here's our arrival into 2 left. Okay, so the flight plan looks good. The perf in it looks good. We'll start loading the passengers. 253. Load. It's insta-load here. Cabin brightness, I don't know, we'll put it at 4. Should have started the APU already. Oops. Navigation display back to ARC. Alright, APU flap is open. Nice stereo effect there, Toliss. Thank you much. I might have to create a new joystick profile. Let's have a look at these engines. Might have to create a new joystick profile. That's beautiful. Look at that bypass. That is just beautiful. Look at that bypass. Trent 7000-72s. Go on, Rolls-Royce. Love the old Rolls-Royce engine, folks. Okay, we have APU bleed on, please. Alright, very nice. And disconnect the external power, and we'll have ground. Take those away outside. Fuel, we're going for 36,000 pounds on this short excursion up to New York City. Refuel request. Cargo is nil, so we'll have the cargo taken out. We will not need de-icing, of course. So now we just have to wait for this fuel to get removed. This could take a while. I gotta take out nearly 90,000 pounds of fuel.
Tower, this is Jeffrey 120, holding pretty much short runway 27 right.
Okay.
Jeffrey 120, Atlanta Tower, Squawk 3553.
Oh, we have Atlanta Tower here. Okay, we got ATC, folks. Fantastic. Let's see if this works over here. We'll go to the other FMS, ATSU, AOC.
Atlanta Tower, Southwest 33.
Departure ATIS, could we get that?
From the Zello, 6000.
Can we get a departure ATIS? Can we get a departure?
3350 now. Let me know when you're in a 5 mile file.
I'll let you know for Southwest 3359.
Tower Delta 1676, ILS 271.
Delta 1676, winds are... Delta 1676, winds are variable at 3 knots, runway 27 left, clear line.
7 left, clear line, Delta 16.
No, so we'll have to get the ATIS this way. Departure ATIS.
Center, Tower Delta Endeavor 4992, Date Farm.
Atlanta departure info Papa, variable 3 knots.
I-4 down to Kilo, Sierra Golf.
Yeah, we got that from the METAR. Departing runways 26-27 right. Expect expect ground control.
Master traffic, I just can't hear your mic is too loud.
You have Papa. Okay. No
Jeffrey
problem.
120, make sure you're squawking about Charlie.
Roger that. Squawk mode Charlie for
Atlanta Tower, hello. Delta 2398. We're requesting IRFAR to Kennedy with Papa.
Yeah, expect PTC.
Expensive 120, ready for departure.
Airport 120, RNAV, football, runway 27 right, clear for takeoff.
RNAV, virtual, there's a takeoff, right, just at 120.
Tower, good evening, Endeavor 4992, gauge Bravo 8, it is Papa looking, take a 5 for Sierra Golf Foxtrot, Papa.
Alright, we got the PDC, folks.
Thank you.
How does that look? Squawk 3321, they were doing that already. Maintain 10,000, we'll put that in the FCP. Contact ground south end of ramp. Okay. So we will contact tower again. So we're cleared for 10,000 on the flight control panel. Dial those brightnesses down a bit. Make sure our HUD is working okay.
Delta 1676, squawk 5274.
5274,
Delta 1490, squawk 5761.
The way you can do this here, and
Word
I
out with the
think
squawk again, please.
Delta 1490, Atlanta Tower 5761.
I don't see that making a difference. Okay, no big deal. Let's go to our performance. We are 3014. Runway condition is wet. Anti-ice is off.
Delta 1676, cross runway 27 right.
Takeoff weight is 388.3.
Papa, and then Lima to park. Temper 120 pounds, sorry, park is offline. Appreciate first, have a good one.
Flex standard.
Thank you.
Config will be auto. Air conditioning will
Delta
be on.
1490,
Compute.
runway 27 right on a point.
Okay, I'm going to wait 27 right for Delta 14.
V1 140, V
Traffic crossing
rotate
down.
140.
Thank you.
Atlanta Tower Southwest.
V2 is 141 and we're up 2.5.
Southwest 3359, Atlanta Tower, wind variable at 3 knots, runway 26 right, code on.
Clear run runway 26 right.
Flaps
Southwest
1 plus
3359.
F and then up 2.5. And our flex temp is 72. I gotta do 72 Celsius or F72. I think it's F72. Okay. Alright. Okay. Thrust reduction and engine out look fine. Okay, we got everything we need, folks. We can put the HUD away for the time being. Where's that little clip? There it is. Push and start is our discretion, so I'm going to push back onto
Ground to cockpit.
I'll
Line
just
acknowledged.
check the
Call me through the
PDC
menu
here.
when you are ready.
I'm gonna ask him for it doesn't say so. What's our fuel situation? We're not ready for push yet anyway.
That's a 1498 RNAV. C Park, current 2 right, cliff takeoff.
But they go to the right on C Park for Delta 1490.
Alright folks, we're going to be right back here. We need to take a little private break. Fuel is still loading, but we'll be back in less than 10 minutes.
That was 30-30-59, clear runway 26.
That was 3359, welcome to line across, runway 26 left of Bravo 6, then Echo 5, Foxtrot to parking, have a good one.
Cross runway 26 left on Bravo 6, Echo 5, and Foxtrot parking, so that was 30-59.
Delta 1490, departures off fine, appreciate it for have a good one.
Hey, so good night for Delta 1490. Southwest 3259, we're gonna have fine, have a good day.
Have a good one.
Atlanta Tower, good afternoon, Giant 1130 Heavy, 15 miles.
Alright, we're back, folks. Truly sorry for that little break, but it had to happen. Fuel
Giant
is
1130
nearly
Heavy,
there.
Atlanta Tower winds very by 3 knots, running 27 left, clear.
27 left clear to land. We'll be going to Santa Cargo for Giant 1130 Heavy.
I'll note it down.
Okay, this crew is ready to go. Just need the fuel. There we go. Let's wait for that fuel truck to remove itself. We can detach the jetway. What did I say? Crew was ready? Maybe not. Arm doors and cross check, please. Packs are loaded. That's all good. Park brake is set. Remove the chocks. Fuel is set. Ready to go. Atlanta Tower, Delta 2398 Heavy at Echo 9, gate ready for push and start with Papa.
Ramp is uncontrolled, it's calling for taxi.
Calling for taxi clearance, Delta 2398, thanks. Okay.
Ground to cockpit, tow is driving up.
If the PDC does not say push and start at your discretion, always ask them. Always.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect.
Atlanta Tower, Delta 640, ready for taxi, south end, ramp 5, with Papa.
That guy is low.
Delta 640, Atlanta Tower, running 27 right, taxi via Lima, Lima Charlie.
27 right, Lima, Lima Charlie, Delta 640.
Well, I hope this goes well, folks. First flight on the Toliss A330-9. I would say it's potentially a year and a half. Maybe more. Year and a half.
Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Let's make sure there's nobody out here. Park brake released.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
This is really neat. I just noticed this so about a week ago that the ground traffic and X-plane, the airport ground traffic, recognize the injected X-pilot. Excuse me. Aircraft. That's very interesting. Alright, this is going to be a fun one, folks. Got some spitter spatter coming up from the wheels. I think it should be going in the opposite direction, but it's you know, it's the small things in life. Alright, engine ignition. Engine 1, please. So, we got N2 rising. N3 needs to rise. We got N1, N2, and N3 readings on these beasts of the 7,000 Trent 7,000 engines by Rolls-Royce. Got aircraft departing 27 right there. So it actually does take a while to get any N1 response on the engine starts compared to
Giant 1130 heavy,
smaller single aisle aircraft engines.
Let's Dan Romeo, thanks for being on Giant 1130 heavy.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Park brake set.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Let's make sure those throttles are okay. That's asking me to turn the fuel pumps on. Engine 2 start. N2 beginning to rise. Watch out for N3. No fancy add-on sound packs here, folks. This is really vanilla Toliss A330neo -9. Alright, N3 is already on the rise, and we should see N1 in a moment. EGT coming up to 100 degrees Celsius. Oh, that's interesting. We had some horizontal stabilizer trim wheels just going by themselves there. I don't know if you caught that one. TCAS is at TARA. This says TCAS is on standby. And that's a good engine start. Disconnect and hand signals, please. We'll see if there's a new ATIS. No, it's still Papa. Okay, APU will go off. The ignition to normal. Leads off. Master switch off.
Tow is disconnected. Bypass bin has been removed. Hand signal on the left. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
Thanks, see ya. Wow. That exterior sound is hefty. I mean, I like that.
Decision aircraft information Quebec is current wind speed about 4 knots and the amount altimeter is 3014.
3014. Okay, we'll have to get Quebec just to make sure there's no crazy changes. Where did I want to go? Sound external. I don't know, 75%ish. Maybe a little bit louder. Okay, that's nice. I like that. Okay, we'll get Quebec real fast. Sunstorm rain, overcast 20,000 feet. That's 27 right. Flight control test, full up. Check. Neutral, full down. Check neutral. Do the rudders now. Undo it again. Because I got an interesting quirk with my rudder pedals, where they seem to be outrageously sensitive until you actually put them through their full displacement, full left, full right. Okay, flaps 1 for departure. Auto brake will go to max. And will this? Yes, it does. Okay, that's good. Atlanta Tower, Delta 2398 Heavy, the Echo Concourse with Quebec, ready for taxi 27, alright.
Delta 2398, Squawk by Charlie.
Squawk Mode Charlie, 2398. Okay, standby, okay. On standby. That's TA. That's TARA. Is this a what do we got going on here? Something I'm missing here? TARA. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Atlanta Tower, Delta 2398 Heavy with Quebec ready for taxi 27, right.
Delta 2398 Heavy, Atlanta Tower, runway 27 right. Full, runway 27 right, taxi via Lima, Lima Alpha.
Lima, Lima Alpha to 27 right, Delta 2398 Heavy. Okay, so that was operator error. Taxi lights on. Wing lights on. Park brake off.
Atlanta Tower, good afternoon. Delta 374, ready for a taxi to runway 26 left. We have
Delta 374, Atlanta Tower, runway 26 left, taxi via Foxtrot.
26 left, taxi via Foxtrot, Delta 374.
Ignite Tower, number 4992 with Quebec. North end of the ramp, rate taxi 226.
Number 4992, Atlanta Tower, thanks for Quebec, runway 26 left.
Alright everybody, welcome to the stream again. Thanks for joining. Hope you enjoy the action here. We got ATC, Atlanta Tower. Just for a brief time, unless we get other, maybe Atlanta Center or Atlanta Approach or Departure come online. Maybe they don't. For our flight up to John F. Kennedy in New York City. Takeoff config tests. Config normal.
Number 4992, give way to the A321 on your left.
We are clear right, clear left. Going to do a quick brake test here for a full stop. Okay. Kicking up a lot of spray for 18 knots, but that's fine. Lima Alpha. I'll have to fix some of my preset views here at some stage.
Delta 2398, RNAV football, runway 27 right, clear for takeoff.
RNAV football, clear for takeoff, 27 right, Delta 2398 heavy. We are cleared for takeoff. Clear left, clear right. Strobe.
Hello there, Delta 1207, information, Echo, 10 mile final for runway 27 left.
Delta 1207, line of town wind shear about 4 knots, runway 27 left, clear.
Clear the land, 27 left, Delta 1207.
And Delta 1207, caution wind shear winds departing A330 off the parallel.
Toga. See flex, SRS green, runway green. I think I'm sitting up too high. 80 knots.
4992 RNAV, nothing running 265, clear for takeoff.
Positive QA. Nice. Nice to fly. Good. You can feel there's more inertia in this plane than the A320 family of Toliss. You need a lot more stick input on the
Delta 2390 heavy, departs offline, 3 change for time on.
Okay, we'll head over to Unicom for Delta 2398. Have a good one. Alright, so let me get back to our VHS page. Flaps up. I'm gonna go to AP1 here while I figure this radio column out. VHF 122.8. That's pretty neat. Tel is inactive, so this is the ATC, so that's how I get my ATC. So TCAS. Okay, they light up green. There we go. There you have it, folks. Continue our climb up to 410, open climb. And let's off. Portable devices, I guess we passed 10,000 probably. Portable devices in auto mode gives them the option to start the load. Considerably late with this departure, yeah. Over an hour. Okay. Well, we had some learning things to do. Canadian PC pilot 18 months ago. That's definitely explained. I'll give you a like there, brah. I really like the sounds in. Actually, you know what? Let me do some HUD viewing here. I think I'm sitting a bit high, but I don't know. Yeah, see, okay. Would it work now? ICSS. Account settings. Yeah, this HUD uses perfect data. So I should be here. Oh, no. Maybe we can live with that, eh? Maybe we can live with that. Sitting right. Imagine hearing this engine sound. Okay. I think we have to go back to this bulkhead. That's about. Just put it on normal for now. We passed 18,000 feet a long time ago. See both signs go off. Toliss sounds as they are. Maybe some of the switches clicks up here. Some of these switch clicks up here are a little tinny sounding, I think. Buttons, I should say. I like the switch, the knobs and the switch levers all sound great. Some of these buttons sound kind of tinny to me. Maybe they're tinny in real life. You know, I'm not used to the HUD. I don't ever fly with it, so put that back. Oh, I have total air temperature 4, go through some clouds, knock out some wing and engine anti-ice just in case. Looks like there's a lot of moisture in these clouds. Maybe the exterior sound is still a little bit, maybe it's a little bit too much. Down to 7. Maybe that's still a little bit too much. Maybe a little louder than that. You gotta let it know that you're outside. Okay, I'm happy with that. Volume. I think the engine sound. Just down a hair, I think. Turbulence. Probably should have left the seatbelts on until I got through these clouds. I'll adjust that when we're out of the turbulence. It's rather hard to get an accurate setting. The plane is bouncing around. Can't wait to do a long haul on this baby though. I'd say that would be real fun. It's AVL tower. What does the weather look like in Kennedy right now? The 851 Zulu. Winds are 17013. Excellent. That Gemini on that. Pressure is fairly high. Let's acclimate ourselves with the to go. Oh, these are super high cloud tops. I mean, it's follow flight. It's not any of those. This says there are no screens of this like that. Advanced teams need trash. It's just to buy OPEX stuff. Settings. Screenshots. Explain 12 hours. Output. Screenshots. Break the rules here for a second. Data output. I'll get rid of that. Wow, look at these cloud tops, over 40,000 feet. That is just remarkable. Well, folks, pardon that lengthy interruption as I prepared lunch for myself. Chicken baguette sandwich and a can of Coke Zero. See where we are. I'm just past Charlotte. We got a estimated touchdown time of 21:07 Zulu. Just about an hour and 10 minutes. Both signs off here. Can the cabin sounds, engine volume, system cockpit sounds, environment? No. I don't think I can add the cabin sounds. This is interesting. This is the leading edge here. Are those not stainless? Or my seeing kind of reflection? Not sure. Let's see what this sounds like here. This okay, there's our crosswind. I think they've done an excellent job, Toliss, on the default sounds. A direct crosswind of 48 knots. Crabbing at around 6 degrees. Okay, let's get acclimated with this heads-up display here. I wish it could be a lot brighter than that. Anyway. I want to be... So here you go. Here's our heading. So we're heading basically 070. And here's our actual path of travel. So we're tracking this way, which is about 70 degrees, 69 degrees, 70 degrees, oh that's 75, 76, probably 6 degrees of crabbing. And I wonder what this symbol is here, this green line. Is that representing our attitude? We're pitching up 2.5 degrees, nose up. Maybe that's what that is. But, can't be sure. Should probably look at the manual. So I would think they would have used this, I suppose, compass line here, this big horizontal line is the artificial horizon. And this is showing my nose up, but there'd be no dashes to know if you're 2.5, 5. I mean, sure, yeah, up here I know I'm 5, so if that's 5 degrees nose up, then this is 2.5 degrees nose up. Anyway, like I said, I'm not acclimated. I'm not used to it all heads-up displays, so maybe I should work on that. I'm still getting external tank transfers. Outer tank transfers, external tank transfers. So we don't really have the imbalance. It's not an imbalance. I mean, we're 60 pounds difference, 50 pounds difference in fuel between the left and right side. I'm going to see if the manual has anything on the HUD, how to interpret it. Manuals? Installation manual, maybe? HUD uses perfect data. In real life, the HUD is fed by the data from the aircraft's flight management guidance system. These data come with inaccuracies, especially with regard to aircraft position as a consequence of is not properly aligned with the aircraft position. Small differences with the position that the FMGS is using. By selecting data is off, so we are in genuine real-world conditions with the HUD. But is there anything in the manual to tell you how to interpret the HUD? For instance, because I think that this line here is the false horizon. And this symbol here, the diamond is my direction. This symbol here is showing. So now that's nose down. Am I losing? This is basically saying that I am 2.5 degrees nose up off of the false horizon. And 2.5 degrees on the false on the HUD would be basically right where the seeing my mouse pointer, I don't think, but it would be somewhere in between the 5 degrees nose up and the false horizon. Let's see if there's anything else in other documents about the aircraft manual. Do I have the HUD here? I've only got one reference to the HUD there, so and we have the tutorial manual. Do I have any HUD? I've got 8 references to HUD here. Somewhere else, not in the Toliss manuals, how to interpret the HUD. And everything else is fine. I mean, this is just the FMA across the top. That's normal. That's the same as here. There's no way that it thinks that this is representing my attitude. Because this line is going horizontal as well. Anyway, not sure. I don't think we're close enough to Canada. I mean, do we have, one thing I'm noticing is I'm not, destination 8 is, I'm not getting responses like this anymore. Usually we get a company message that would come up. And I can get the METAR. Ask for the METAR. Give that a minute. Okay, let's ask for the METAR. No, we got a company message, okay. We'll take messages Kennedy. I've received Kennedy. Where did they put it? He took it. What are you taking it for? I have that, please? Okay, so I have it here. That's a nuisance of a place to put it. Is there nowhere to put it? Maybe it doesn't fit there, yeah. Okay. Anyhow, go back, return. Requested. Let's try this way. Request the ATIS on this side. Normally it would tell you if there's no ATC giving you an ATIS on VATSIM, it will return. You'll still get a company message saying something to that effect. Anyway, I'll pull this HUD. Down during the approach and see how it looks then. Oh wow, look at this. The A330neo has actual little stick aircraft symbols on the TCAS. Gone are the little diamonds, huh? I think the outer tanks are going to be depleted soon. Well, we got a guy coming at us at, we're at like 43,000 feet. That's got to be a business jet. We approach airport news. As we entered Virginia. That jet here somewhere. I'm just going to be off to our left. Is there a camera? Oh, yeah, there's a camera. Goes to the lower E-cam. Cockpit entry cam. Alright folks, we don't have that far to go. We're just under 300 miles, track miles left to runway 22 left at Kennedy. Landing performance. Basically crosswind. 13 knot crosswind. And estimated fuel on board at Kennedy is 14,300 pounds. And I had a zero fuel weight of 352 plus 14 is 366. And then we have 300 pounds and 300 pounds is 600 pounds, so that's 366, 600. .6, enter. 119.1 as well. How convenient. Okay, so Kennedy, our 1951 Zulu. Half an hour old. Winds are 180.11. Good, a little bit more of a headwind. Temperature is 21. QNH 3029er. Condition dry, most likely. Air conditioning on. Full flaps. Low. Reversers on. Compute. 136 approach. Okay. Let's go with flaps 3, 139. We'll go around to flaps 3 approach. Stop margin is 2,918 feet. Okay. Top up descent is 2039 Zulu, so that's 16 minutes from now. As we enter the mouth of Chesapeake Bay and head towards Ocean City, Maryland. It's a nice spot, by the way. Been there a few times. Used to be able to see your waypoints. It doesn't do that anymore. Other aircraft, you'll see that, but Washington Center advises cross hogs and maintain 18000. See? I should have been more diligent in my flight preparation. Certain. That should pull up our top and descent quite a bit. Pulled it up by 4 minutes. So we are now 8 minutes, 7 minutes from top to descent. See if there's any action on Kennedy ground here. It looks like nothing. Not a soul on the ground at Kennedy. It feels a lot like flying the Airbus A320 family. But it feels like the airplane just naturally has just a little more inertia. It's not identical. I think the stick needs a little more input. Or at least that was my experience from the takeoff. Which according to ACARS was a good takeoff. I had, my liftoff pitch was 6.4. That happened at 151 knots and I climbed out at 12 degrees. At 158 knots. Gear level raised at 86 feet at 160 knots. Obviously this is a short flight. Let's see, is there anything in the Toliss manual documentation on what its model has on what the aircraft range is? Aircraft manual. Range of the 330-9 with maximum fuel and maximum takeoff weight is around 7.5 thousand nautical miles. Oh, that's pretty far. Sorry about the interruption again, folks. We got a splash of hay fever going on. Bradley approach. No, we don't have nothing. Oh, it's giving me, look at this, wet 5. Alright, I think the hay fever attack has ended. And we can get back to business. Alright, what are we at? Top of descent is 4 miles. 18,000 will be our target altitude. That's our first constraint at Hogs. And we'll start descending now. Hello, John F. Kennedy, here we come. So we've started our descent here over, coming up to Delaware Bay. As we head towards Sea Isle VOR. Maybe it's a VOR over here near Atlantic City somewhere. Alright, so we'll enter the test data. We'll grab the latest METAR. We'll just make sure that there's no Kennedy action here. Negative, okay. And we've got the company messages received. Pull that up there. We'll grab our performance page on the other FMS. And the latest Kennedy METAR. 1951 Zulu, so... Okay. Winds are 180 and 11. Visibility is excellent. There's few clouds at 5,500, scatters 25,000. Temperatures 21 to dew point is 7. And QNH is 30290. And on to left approach chart. ILS, touchdown zone elevation is 12. And minimum decision altitude is 212. Barometric. We're going to go to flaps 3 configuration to giving us a V approach of 139 and a VLS 134. flap mode on the ground proximity warning system panel, which I believe Delta aircraft that I am intentionally doing final approach in flaps 3. So that looks good. The missed approach procedure is to climb to 500, then climbing on a left turn to 3000 on the outbound Kennedy VOR radial 0190 to Chent, at 19 miles DME from the Kennedy VR, and we go into a right-hand pattern hold at Chent. So the missed approach procedure should already be in the FMS, and we can see that if we go back to the plan mode on the navigation display. We'll zoom in to, let's say, 20, and we'll cycle through the flight plan waypoints. So here we are. And then we see it here, we have 500, and then the left-hand turn to Chent at the outbound Kennedy VOR for a right-hand hold at Chent. So that's all in there, like the arc mode. About 40 miles from Hogs. So I guess that's already the approach briefing done. We're going to set our auto brake on low. We had a look at our landing performance here with the same figures as the current METAR at Kennedy. It's just the landing weight. I'm still estimating 14.1. I currently have 15.8. Am I going to burn 1,700 pounds of fuel? Crikey, look at all the golf courses there, mate. Woo. This must be very upscale neighborhoods around here. That is a lot of hacking. Passing that airport out, let's see where those golf courses are. So that's KACY Airport, it looks like that we're just passing. Let's go back to map here. I don't know, man. It's hard to know if those are golf courses or not. Atlantic City is off to our right. The outer tanks are basically ostensibly depleted at this stage. What's the HUD telling me here? Since I do have nose down below the horizon line now. Okay, so this looks good. This is kind of matching now, so this is the horizon line. This was correct all the time. This is telling me that I'm descending. Nice. This bar here. This here is telling me what my pitch down or attitude versus the false horizon is. This is I'm gonna pull up here for a second to see. Oh no, that's my direction, so where is it? No, I'm not quite there yet, folks. I'm not quite there yet. I don't exactly know just yet how I'm reading. What the attitude is. Camera needs to be 1/1000, is that right? I'm making a total ham sandwich out of the approach here. Yep, at 250. Let's see what that. Put in our Kennedy QNH 3029er. Okay, I got Barrow 212 here. This is my minimum decision altitude. I've got brake low. So the FMA I understand all the FMA. I understand this arc here. Banking. I believe. I'm pretty convinced that this is the wind direction. And speed. I'm pretty certain this full This line here is the false horizon. I guess I'm assuming that this here is where the nose of the aircraft is pointing in relation to the false horizon. So I'm nose down about 2 degrees. That's fairly close to what's being shown on the navigation display. The small circle is where we want to go. I think that small circle is the flight director. And this is where I'm targeting. Are those flaps? Could that possibly be if I'm going to level off? What is all this about? Okay, so we have some significant slowing down to do. How far away from Cameron? Less than 10 miles. We're gonna have to speed brake this guy. Break it. I'm gonna stay at 11,000 for a while. There's nothing in Kennedy. No ATC coverage. That's how far I'm off of my target speed, I guess. That's what that's showing. Okay, put our speed brakes back to normal. But this thing is saying that I'm nearly 5 degrees nose up. I don't know. I don't know if this is totally accurate or not. Yeah, this bar here is telling me that my speed is too low. I'd increase that. Anyway. So as I increase my speed, I'd go up to target speed. This bar gets smaller. Okay, so we'll figure that out. Don't know why those arrows just jumped up there. That's interesting. It's interesting. Just settling down again. It's like trying to decode the hieroglyphics. Okay, we're gonna be holding this for about 30 miles or so. 1,000. As we go out over the Atlantic Ocean. Kennedy has just gotten a little bit busy here. Got a guy coming in, landing runway 22. So I got company behind me on this approach. This has got, there's nothing else this can be other than this is the attitude of the aircraft. In other words, this is my green crosshairs. It can't be anything else. Let's keep the HUD on for the landing. Might be silly, but be able to see it in the playback. ATC. I definitely got, so he's 8,200, no, he's not landing, can he? Okay, we're going to 5 miles from Sagel. So I'm going to ask for 4 miles. Well, I got to open descent down to 7,000. Start pulling my speed back. Let's go now, open descent to 7. We're nearly gonna land, so I got the passenger signs on. You know what? Let me check something. If I go perfect data, gosh, it's no difference there. Okay. That was a good idea while it lasted. Okay, landing lights on. Go over to the gotta get used to this radio panel here. Kennedy traffic, Delta 2398 heavy. We're on the 22 left ILS. Approach path from Norton, ETA 22 left, 2110, kind of trip. I'm totally bewildered now what this is. I'm changing my mind on this. Just totally bewildered. Let's see how this baby looks coming in here. I believe that's Fire Island in front of me. Or maybe Fire Island is further down towards the airport. Can't remember. I used to live in this neck of the woods. Okay, let's have a look. Well, yeah, fuel on board is almost... I was going to say 13.9, but I'm okay with the performance here. 139 approach. We approach 139. Level off at 7,000. Get my gate. What gate am I going to? Cool down on the speed now. Give me 230 knots going through these turns.
Air traffic, FedEx 1431 heavy is about 7 miles out. RNAV 13 left. Okay.
Is Kennedy landing? Oh, they changed the direction. Alright, I'm gonna have to vector myself. Kennedy traffic Delta 2398 cancelling approach to runway 22 left and vectoring to RNAV 13 left approach at Kennedy Delta 2398. Make a right-hander. For the time being, and we'll have to pull up the charts. We switched runways. Take the RNAV Zulu. Actually, what is FA digital? Same. RNAV Zulu, one way, 13 left. Okay, that means I need to get back to assault, so. Let's go on a heading of 180. 260. Change our approach here. Arrival. RNAV Zulu. Sir.
Got traffic, FedEx 1431, heavy short flying, 013 left.
Direct assault. Maybe not yet. The plan mode here for a second. Assault is out there. Okay. Heading 200. I gotta get my minimums good here, so assault's at 3,000, so give me 5 for now. Go to direct assault. Race to direct. Sir. Another direct to assault. Turn just to round it out. I'm going to stop my turn at heading 260. Find out what.
Okay, traffic, FedEx 1431, vacated 13 left, taxiing Yankee, Foxtrot Bravo, Echo Charlie's Gate.
Let's see. DAL. To find the light flight. and 3000. Make a right-hander to 290.
Takeoff, this is American Airlines 1125, final runway 048.
Clear traffic, Postman 300 heavy, on final runway 22 left.
Good morning, get traffic short final, or on final 22 right. Traffic, this is American Airlines 1125, we will go on and then come to land runway 22 wide.
Okay, traffic, check the left for running, shuffle.
Okay, let's go direct assault again. This is a cool approach though. Okay, I burnt up a good lot of fuel there. So. The approach is 138 now. Slow down to 210 knots. Kennedy traffic Delta 2398, 8 miles from Assault to join the RNAV Zulu 13 left approach into Kennedy traffic. Okay, because we're RNAV Zulu, straight landing is 1260.
Delta 1 short final, 2 right, beginning traffic. Beginning traffic, Cosmo 300 heavy, runway to left, located.
Traffic, this is Beta from the Airline Airlines 125, approach runway 22 right.
Arm the approach now. Oh, it's actually armed. Okay, so I can go speed manage mode. Give me flaps 1. Kennedy traffic, Delta 2398 heavy, passing ASALT for RNAV Zulu, runway 13 left approach. Kennedy traffic.
Kennedy traffic, Cosmo 300 heavy, going Point Juliet. Cross runway to the right, behind traffic landing. Kennedy traffic.
Okay, so what gate does it use?
With the traffic, the American Airlines 125, final runway to the right.
So we're going to be Terminal 4.
Kennedy traffic, Cosmo 10 heavy, crossing right to the right.
So we'll be exiting. Why is he landing to right? Okay, I'm gonna set this to my
2,500.
2, 3. Keep going down. Alright, we're looking good, we're looking stable.
That's looking clear, runway 22 right, vacated back kilo, 300 kilo, Kennedy traffic.
Why are you landing to right, dude?
2,000.
Go down. Spoiler's arm. Ping the purser. Flaps 3. All the other lights on. This is one hell of approach into Kennedy. Okay, runway is in sight.
100 above. Minimum.
Kennedy traffic, Delta 2398 heavy, short final, 13 left, Kennedy.
With office, the American Airlines 125, locating runway.
1000.
Delta Hotel crossing Stanley. Delta Hotel crossing runway left via Kilo. Get traffic.
Copy. I'm going to 500 now. It's on the taxi traffic.
400. 300. 200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. 10. 5.
Yankee Alpha. Charts up here. We're gonna hold short. Terminal 4. It's not the right one. Parking gates. Terminal 4. Foxtrot. I'll take Foxtrot. Kennedy traffic, Delta 2398 Heavy, crossing 22 right at Foxtrot, Kennedy. So Foxtrot, we'll go straight, and then join the Heavy. Basically take gate number I'm gonna pause here for one momento. Bravo 22. Oh my god, I'm all the way over there. No, you can't give me that, bro. You can't give me Bravo 22. Gotta get on Alpha then. I'll take 22. It's not, it's available. Okay. We'll take a look at that landing in a moment, folks. We just had having some issues here outside of the stream. But we're gonna be taking Alpha and then Kilo Fox. Alpha and Kilo Foxtrot to gate Bravo 22. Kennedy ground is up. 21.9er. Kennedy ground, hello, Delta 2398 Heavy, we're on Alpha and we're going to gate Bravo 22.
Delta 2398 Heavy, Kennedy ground, continue taxi Alpha to the ramp, okay.
We'll continue on Alpha to the ramp, Delta 2398, thanks. Nothing's been easy here, boys. Nothing's been easy. There was the runway change at Kennedy. Well, I was all set up for 2-2. Yeah, at the end of the day, it would have been almost the same type of approach anyway. Foxtrot. Bravo 22 is basically all the way at the end. Nearly at the end. Start the APU process. The wing light off. Oh, that's useful. APU fuel used. I wonder, is that available on the other Airbuses as well? See what this camera looks like. Look at this camera on. Camera select. Is there a way I switch it to camera? Cam. Get our nose light off.
can figure that out. This is P5 a questo pochino sul Boston.
American 1113, American 1135, Kennedy ground. Clears to Boston Airport, Kennedy 5, departure, radar vector, ship nose valve. Correction, radar vector is merit nose valve. Maintain 5000. Flight flight level 210 minutes after departure. Departure is offline, squawk 2631.
Right, Kennedy 5 departure. Special to Merit. Time 5000 feet. Squawk 611. Americano sono qui. Bye bye.
American 1135, say squawk Jim.
Squawk 2621, so I can 1035.
American 1135, read back current push and search at discretion, call me for taxi.
Those wheels on landing gear look...
She started on discretion, call the for taxi, American 1135.
Looks pretty good. Definitely looking pretty good there. Oops. Front landing gear. Looks sharp. Alrighty, what are we gonna do? We're gonna complete the ACARS, submit that, and we are going to end the Volanta tracker as well. We're going to disconnect from VATSIM, and WingFlex can close. We can close that. We can close that, and that, and that, and that. And we can toggle replay mode and see how this... They're unconventional and a little bit messy flight. I suppose for a refresher flight, I'm pretty pleased with it. Is this runway 3? Oh, this is a hotel. This is... They used to give you the options of where you wanted to put the camera a long time ago, I think. Okay, here we are coming in. Runway 33. What does it look like from the tower? Oh, this looks a bit crazy. Didn't really overshoot the runway all that much. I came in a little bit high. I was pretty good height at the numbers. Then I almost got afraid to land. That was good. And the nose gear was a little bit rough. A little bit heavy-handed with the nose gear. But I still touched down in the, I believe I still touched down in the zone. As you can see, there was a bit of a crosswind to handle there. I should have been braking several hundred feet earlier. I've noticed as well on pilot videos that they only decide to cancel the crab after the wheels are down by almost cheating the runway. Okay, folks. Call it a day for that one, and we'll definitely be back flying that bird. That is a really nice airplane, but until then,